Hey everybody, this is Tom with The Board Gamer. Today we're going to do a quick overview and review for this game. If you want the full how-to, go ahead and click this icon up here or the link in the description. Now let's get into it. Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle is a 2 to 4 player game for ages 11 and up with an average gameplay length from 30 to 60 minutes per book. The basic overview of Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle is to work together with the other players to take scenarios from each book in the series to build a deck of special cards that can help you defeat the villains and prevent them from gaining control of memorable locations. If successful, reset and add the next book. If not, the game is over and the battle is lost. Welcome back, and let's talk about Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle. Now this game is a fun cooperative deck building game. That alone is enough to interest some. But by bringing in the Harry Potter theme and using the likenesses from the films, they've just increased their reach. I remember the first time I played this game. Bit of an embarrassing story actually. I had most recently played the legendary deck builder game, and I was used to needing the exact attack amount to defeat the villains. So I was kind of having a bit of a hard time. And then I went back to the rule book and flipped through it and I was like, whoops. So I started a new game and I had a great time playing it. I will say one thing I don't like is you have to turn in all your cards back to the market when going between books. Well, I say I don't like that, but it is sometimes nice to change up your strategy in between books, or for some people who don't have time to play all the books straight through. It's more that if I have a good combo with the cards I have, I don't really want to give it up. Anyway, enough of my personal preferences. Let's talk about this game in detail. So let's start with the components. Let's start with these cards. I like that they're thin enough and easy to be shuffled, but thick enough not to crease under proper handling. And the art on the spell cards is pretty neat. It has the spell motion that you would take while saying the spell, which makes it a little bit more fun than just having the text. And as for the rest of the cards, they're stills from the movies, which in my opinion lacks a bit of creativity, but at the same time, they have that familiarity which really helps with marketing. Now for the components that are not cards. We have both the main board and the individual player boards that have art on both sides and are made of quite thick cardboard material, which is a very nice touch. Then you have the attack tokens and coin tokens, which are made of cardboard and just fine, but seems like a bit of a waste when compared to the heavy metal villain control markers. And also, this is not really a game component. The box itself makes it very easy to store, especially when you have all the games still in their boxes, as well as a spot for your expansion. Also, something I found rather interesting is that if you do end up removing everything from the boxes, the rule book comes with this little section in the back that has little pockets for you to put the rules for all the different books. So that way they're not just like thrown in the box. They're actually organized and kept together in the main rule book. The way they put this game together, it feels like they treated this both as a board game and as a collectible. Now, moving on to replay value. There are 7 books to play through and 4 main characters. Now, the villains don't change, only the order in which you fight them does. All that being said, the amount of cards available and the different combinations you can build each time you play is high. I still think this game has a replay limit. Not a low replay limit, but a limit that makes you play it a couple times a year, not so much one that you play every week. Now this is not to deter anyone. We have a bit of a tradition here. The week of Thanksgiving, we watch all the movies and play all 7 books of this game. So the game gets played in full, and we have fun doing it. Now, having shared with you our tradition, you can see that there is an emotional connection for me in this game. And this game also has the theming to back it up. Everything in this game, from the boards to the cards, is printed on both sides to remind you and let you know where you are. This is the Wizarding World. And when paired with the movies, or at least having recently watched them, you can be reminded of the characters' struggles that you are playing as. Now, having said that, you don't need the external pairing, but I will say it does elevate the game. From the second you see the box, the theme is there. With every card drawn, you are there. And hopefully, with every battle won, you will be there. Now, when discussing luck versus strategy, this is a deck building game. So the strategy in which you build your deck is very important. You are physically building your deck, card after card that you get from the market. Now, I did say market, so there are times where you might have a market flooded with a bunch of duds, and you have to purchase some of those to get to the cards that you really truly want. But every card has a use, so sometimes it's not so bad having these cards you don't truly want in your deck. You still will get some use out of them. And that's kind of where luck plays in when it comes with the luck of the draw. Hopefully you'll draw the cards you want, and not so much the ones you don't. Another aspect of the luck of the draw is when dealing with the dark arts cards. Some of them aren't so bad. Some of them can be very painful, especially in the later books. And this can be really bad, especially when dealing with certain villains that have dark arts effects and or play off each other with their own special abilities. And whether you like luck or strategy, I think this game does a good job of mixing them both up, and it's hard to live without one or the other. To close out this review, you have to ask yourself 2 things. 1, do you like Harry Potter? 2, do you like deck building games? If you answered yes to either of these, I think it's worth checking out. So with all that being said, this board gamer says, don't be daft, Potter. This game is not boring. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified about new videos. If you're bored now, click this for more games.